Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulullah. Give thanks to Allah. We ask His blessing on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household companions and non-Muslims. Inshallah, today we are looking at Zanna wa Khawatuha. Zanna and his sisters, sensible maf'ulain, that we know that they give two objects of the sentence, they give it nasbu. We get asluhuma mubtada'un wa khabar, that the root of those maf'ulain, the two objects of the sentence they are giving nasbu, their aslu will be a mubtada and a khabar. That means those two things they are giving nasbu, that they are giving, that they are putting in accusative state. Both of them will be a mubtada and a khabar. Do we get now? So they said they are also under what the type we are discussing, because we have been talking about it, is they are under af'alul qulub, verbs of the words of the mind. We know that Sunnah wa Qawatwa, they are divided into two. We have this one that are af'alul qulub, verbs of the mind, or verbs or mental verbs, and af'alul tasyir, which we'll discuss at later time. So af'alul qulub too is divided into two. We have af'alul zanni wa rujhan, and af'alul yaqin. Do we get now? So the one we have already treated af'al mother, we have treated af'al zanni. So the one we are looking at today is af'al yaqin, verbs of certainty. It still fall under what af'al qulub. So quickly, we want to look at this verb. We said we have ra'a. It's among the verbs which means it saw. The ra'a here means the ra'a. We have two types of ra'a. We have ra'a qalbiyya and ra'a basariyya. Do we get now? So we have ra'a, we have alima, we have wajada, we have alfa, we have dara, we have ta'allam. So those are the verbs of certainty, that when you are using them, you are denoting what, that you are certain with the statement. It's not a statement of doubt like those af'al gone. Do we get now? So quickly, let's look at their meaning. This is ra'a, is mutasarrif. So ra'a, which means he viewed something, he found it to be in a particular way. So the ra'a there is ra'a basar in qalbiyya. We have two type of ra'a. Ra'a qalbiyya, the one you perceive with your mind, like when you say I view something. And we have ra'a what basariyya, when you look at something with your two eyes. Do we get? But the one we are talking about here is ra'a qalbiyya. Do you get now? When you view something, the way you see it, and you are certain of it. So we also have anima, he knew. This is wajada, he discovered, he found out. Do you get now? After some effort, he found out that this is something. So that's also a certainty. So we have alpha. Alpha is same thing with wajada, but alpha is a four lettered verb. Af'ala, in af'ala shape, alpha. We have daro, which people do say la adri, that is very popular. That statement that I don't know. So that's the model of daro. The model is what yediri. So do we get, this is daro. We also have what ta'allam. Now this ta'allam, let's take note. This ta'allam means what? Ilam. Do we get now? So it's not the ta'allam of ilan. Do we get now? So the meaning of this ta'allam here is what? Ilam. No. Do you get now? That's the meaning of this ta'allam. And we should note something about this ta'allam. Ta'allam is a jamid verb. Meaning that when we say a verb is jamid, it only have a state. Do we get? For instance, we have some verbs that they only exist in modish space. They don't have fi'l mudari, they don't have fi'l al-amr. Example of such verb is what? Ni'ma. Example is what? Bi'sa. Example is what? We have also verb like laisa. These are jamid verbs in modi state. They don't have fi'l mudari. They don't have fi'l al-amr. They don't have ismul fa'il. They don't have ismul maf'ul. Do we get? Now also we have verb like they are only in amru form. For instance, like ta'allam. Can we see? This is ta'allam. This one we are talking about. Ta'allam. We also have this word, what the one we're talking about, if you could recall, when we talk about have. Do we get? This only exists in amru, meaning that they don't have what? They don't have modi, they don't have mudori, they are jamid. They only exist in this form. So when we see verb like ta'allama, the one you know, which means he learned, ta'allama, The one you know before, ta'allamu, that is he learns. The mudari is what? Yata'allamu. Yata'allamu. And the amru is what? The amru is ta'allam. The amru of this is what? Ta'allam. Now this one is what? Is mutasarrif. It's not the same with this. Do we get? This ta'allam is not the same with this. Please let's take note. Also for this verb too, this is a jamid verb. It's not the amru of the verb you know of wahaba. You know we have wahaba. What's the mudari of wahaba? Yahabu, and the amru of that is also what? Hab. Do we get now? Or verb like haba, he feared. The mudari is what? Yahabu. Do we get? The amru of this is also what? Hab. So this amru, hab means fear. This is a command. This is hab, which means what? Bestow. Like when we are praying to Allah that Rabbana hab lana min ladunka zurriyatan tayyiban. This is the hab we are talking about. So this hab and this hab, they are what? They are from haba and wahaba. They are not the same with this hab we are talking about when we are talking about af'alul qulub. When we discuss af'alul zanni. Do we get now? This is entirely existing on its own, and that is meaning, which you have told us about, which means to think something. Do you get now? And this is ta'allam. This ta'allam means what? Ilam. It's not the same with this word ta'allam. So do we get now? So quickly, let's look at the meaning of our words. So we have ra'aytu li'ilma nuran. I see knowledge to be what? To be a light. I see knowledge to be light. The sight I'm talking about is what? Basoriya. Do we get now? So look at this ilma nurun now. This ilma nurun. These are maf'ul bihi al-awwal. These are maf'ul bihi thani. Now these two maf'ul bihi, if I take them separately, let's say this right is not there. I can conveniently say what? Al-ilmu nurun. I can conveniently say what? Al-what? Al-ilmu nurun. You can see that this fits as a mubtada and khabar. Do we get? So that's why they say that asluhuma mubtada'un wa khabar. So al-ilmu nurun, knowledge is light. It goes. So that is why they said they will this af'al yakin, they will give you what? They will give you a maf'ul bihi. But their maf'ul bihi will be aslu with what? Mubtada wa khabar. Another example is alima. Alima li-muslimu al-hisaba haqqan. The Muslim knew that what? Accountability on judgment day is what? Is real. Haqqan. Accountability is real. You can see. So al-hisab haqqan, maf'ul bil awwal, maf'ul bil thani. So you can conveniently say that al-hisabu haqqun. Do we understand? Let's look at another example. Wajada talibu al-ijtihada nafi'an. The student discovered, the student found out that what? Hard working is beneficial. The student found out that hard working, ijtihad, striving, nafi'an is beneficial. You can see. So ijtihada maf'ul bil awwal, nafi'an maf'ul bil thani. So this is alpha, which name as wajada. This alpha is also in the Quran, like in Surah Al-Baqarah, also found in many poems. So we have alifa anasun al-islam khayrun. Anas is the same as wajada. So Anas found out that what? Islam is the best. Do you get now? So you told you that Khayr is that what? Is like Abdul. Also it's what do you get now? So let's look at another example. Dara. So it is the mudari we use here for the first person singular. La adiri. I don't know. Zaydan na'iman. If Zayd is what? Is sleeping. Or I don't know that Zayd is what? Is sleeping. Do you get now? So the aslu of Zayd and na'iman is what? Zaydun na'imun. Zayd is sleeping. So do we get that now? So that is, for that, the next is what? The last word, we have ta'allam, which means ilam. So it said ta'allam jahannama haqqan, which is same as what? Ilam jahannama haqqan. Note that what? Jahannam is real. So that is what we are taking today under what? Af'alul yaqeen. We pray Allah accept it from us as an act of ibadah. So all these things, you can use them, they are mudori and amru shape. You get, because they are all mutasarrif, except this that is really amru shape. You can't change it. Do we get now? Like Allah said in Surah Muzammil, that when he was talking, I said, Tajiduhu in the Allah khayran. Tajiduhu. See what he said there. He said, when he said Tajiduhu, Okay, is tajiduhu indallahi huwa moza huwa khayran wa a'zama ajran. Huwa khayran. You can see. Wa what? Wa a'zama. If you look at this word now, look at this. What is this here is what? This what? This wajada. Do we get now? So this is our maf'ul bihi awwal. The maf'ul bihi thani is this. Do we get now? So which, if you take that as was huwa khayrun, huwa a'zamu. This an article to it. Do we get now? So that is that. So let's get and take note of that. So lastly, we just want us to also take note of something. When we see, for instance, when we see verb like wajada, we told us that the maf'ul will be, the asli will be this. Now we will not say that this maf'ul will be awal and this maf'ul will be what? Thani. You know why? Because we told us that the asli will be what? A mubtada and khabar. If you look at this does not fit for a mubtada because it's not a ma'rifa state. Don't forget to mention it in our words when we're discussing af'alu zanni, that your this thing will always be what? The ma'rifa. So you can see that this is a nakra. This one is so this is a what? A nat and monot. Hope you understand. But this thing, if it is written in this way, that wajada zaidun, here is now written aliwalada. You can see alif and lam is there now. Aliwalada, and this is written this way. Sogiron. You will get now. Filifosli. This is filifosli now. So this is what? This is maf'ul bihi awal, and this maf'ul bihi thani. So this one will translate as what? They found the small boy. This found the, do we get now? This found that what? The boy is small. Let me even remove this firstly. They found that what? The boy is small. Wajada Zaidun al-walada sagiran. They found that what? The boy is small. Maybe you don't know the boy is what? Is very small previously. You just discover it. Do we get now? So it's different from wajada Zaidun waladan sagiran. Let me even remove this. Let's just compare these two alone. Wajada Zaidun waladan sagiran and wajada Zaidun al-walada sagiran. So this is what? Zaid found a small boy. Why this is what? Zaid found that what? The boy is small. So this is what fits with what we are discussing. Because our mubtada is what? Is a ma'rifa state. So that's what we are saying. That it will fit, your word should fit in as mubtada and khabar. If you take this one out separately now, it was waladun what? Sogirun. This one does not fit as what? Mubtada and khabar. This is a nat and manut because they are both in nakra state. So this is what we are trying to point out. Because when you start looking at examples, you get it. So you see that this goes because this is a domir, and a domir is a ma'rifa. Do we get now? So this is our what? Our maf'ul bihi thani, because this is a ma'rifa and a nakra. So let's try to get that very well. You can check the previous class on Instagram. Pray Allah accept it from us as an act of ibadah. Watch previous videos, you get what we have just pointed out there. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.